I'm Larry Gaier. I've been a personal trainer for 8 years now and change. We're in Long Beach, New York, and what the do you want me to say? So anyway, what's Cody, what's the deal with this place? What actually happens here?
Well, today they're pouring the floor, so we can't go in very far. We can go in this far.
This is cool.
Look at those lights.
Please don't tell me those are the lights we're gonna use.
These are half of the lights that we're going to use. So they have the wall washers up. We obviously can't go out there.
Wow.
Clearly don't go out there.
There we go.
What's up, fellas?
All right, sounds good. I'll go in a sec.
All right, bye-bye.
Kelly, what are they doing?
So they're pouring the floor. Obviously, the floor, after we ripped out the old flooring, needed to be replaced. While we ripped out the old flooring, there was a lot of damage that came along with that. So they're pouring self-leveling right now so that we can put the rubber flooring down, and it doesn't feel like you're walking on a mountain.
It's gonna feel good.
Yeah.
Is it gonna feel good barefoot?
So joining us today is Larry Gaier. Larry's been one of the OG Active Life professionals. You've been with Active Life for a very long time.
Yeah, decent amount of time.
Yeah. So you are, you've stepped up and stepped in to help educate the professionals that we have on staff. Mm-hmm. One of the big reasons for that is we believe there's a difference between good and great. And the professionals that we brought on were good. We want them to be great. We want them to be the tip of the spear, world class. So we've added, over the last, 2 weeks, we've added an additional up to 5 hours of mentorship for them.
Yeah. Per week?
Yeah, per week.
Yeah, it's a
What's
lot.
that look like for you?
But I like that you talked about the difference between good and great, because ultimately, I think that results are the most important thing when it comes to a client. And what I think that a lot of people fail to consider is that more goes into results than just the program. I think that you could have the best program in the world, and if you're not the kind of person that is inspiring the person that's following the program won't necessarily be adhered to in the way that it needs to. The things that they're doing outside of the gym, around their program, won't be done the way that they need to. The way we see it, 15-20% of the value of a session that people are paying $150 for or more is the workout? What does that mean? What is the other 80 to 85%? What makes someone stoked to pay a $150 session multiple times per week? It's not just the program, because you can get a program for free online.
Right.
It's what are you teaching them about how to become the kind of person that wouldn't have the problem they had in the first place? What are you teaching them about how to think, about how to talk, about how to think about themselves and other people, about how to interact so that they can get what they want out of life, personally or professionally? And I don't think most fitness programs have that in sessions, which is why a lot of people, when they go to a gym and they're expecting biceps and abs and sweat, they balk at a $95 session. But typically, after our consultations, people don't think twice about what they have to pay us. And after they've started to pay us and started to see what it looks like to work with an Active Life professional, they start to realize that it's cheap. And that's how you end up with people who have been clients for 5 or 6 years. When you do the math on how many tens of thousands of dollars they've paid you, it's pretty staggering. When I look back at the kinds of sessions that I used to give when I first started, I was stoked at the idea of helping people lose 5 pounds, and I think that could be a really big deal. So, I was stoked at the idea of helping people see the definition in their pecs that they wanted to have. It's great. It's even greater, in my opinion, that I can help someone who was told they were never going to walk again sprint. That's cool to me, right? And I think that when you start to solve problems like that, it becomes easier for people to realize why they should spend all of their time, energy, and money on you. Why you start to become a household name because you're helping someone in a way that they never thought they could be helped. Those are the kinds of things that we want to make sure people know how to do. What I see here is a few things. One, there are going to be how many professionals full-time here?
Up to 6.
Okay, they're going to be up to 6-time professionals who have lived in the fitness industry before and have seen what the fitness industry has provided them in terms of pay and the problems they're able to solve for people. These people are going to be able to make upwards of what when they matriculate through all their education?
6 figures.
Okay. You now have up to 6 people who are going to be able to have 6-figure incomes. They can start and certainly provide for families if they already have them. That's the first thing. I think that's pretty cool. The second thing is 125 member cap here.
120.
Okay, 120 people that have maybe been told that there are certain things that would never be true for them, that we are going to be able to make true for them. And let's say the average person has 5 people that are really important to them. That's 600 people, in addition to the 120 that we're helping, that are going to have a really important person to them be way, way, way better and be able to positively influence them. And then you just expand that out from there. And now we're talking about a town. It's not long before a town of 35,000 people is a different town.
Oh yeah.
Because of the way that we're able to help people now.
One of the really interesting things about our approach is the thought process we're going through is what if, right? Playing the good what if game. What if people start looking at us and workout is the third thing that they think we offer? What's the first? Education. Second, positive social influence. The third, a workout. Goes back to your 10 to 15% of the value comes from the exercises.
So like, what's the vehicle for that change? A workout's a part of it.
Yeah. Well, it's the most approachable, right? It's the thing that they already see in their imagination as, oh yeah, I can start doing this.
Yes. It's also easiest to measure, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it's like, hey, we just change these numbers here and there. We're gonna do this exercise today. And down the road, you rack up enough of those and things are very different when you look up.
Talking with Kevin this week, one of the things that I've started doing is just telling people a couple weeks rather than setting an actual date on it, because that way I can never be wrong. If I just say a couple weeks, we're just a couple weeks out. But truly talking with Kevin, it seems like this week into next week, we're gonna see the biggest jumps in progress, and we should be at that 85% completed by the end of next week. We're not necessarily concerned about being 85% complete and having the other 15% left to do, because for us, 85% means that we can start training here. We can bring clients into the space. We'll have the equipment set up. We'll have all of the stations set, and the fit and finish things that need to come would be things like the offices. We're gonna need the sound dampening that goes into the offices. We're gonna have the furniture and things very specific to that, maybe some of the signage. But to be 85% complete allows us to start working in the space. Client update, we have 9 clients who have signed up to work with us, all doing some version of personal training right now. Consultations, we're averaging 2 consultations and discovery calls a week. I'm looking forward to getting into this space, to having it done to a point where we can deliver sessions in here, have professionals in here, do consultations in here. I think it's gonna be, once we get to pull the banner down outside, get the light in, bring clients into this space, it's gonna be a game changer for us.